Yo, what is up? What is up? I'm your host, Mr. 14,
I'm your girl, Bam.
and this is the Meetup.
The Meetup.
Yes, I got my co-host Bam in the house today.
Thanks for having me.
You are more than welcome, Bam. The host of Come Talk. I'll let her tell you guys a little bit about her interactive adult show that she has.
Right now, we are taking a break, but season 2 will be back September 17th. I'm so excited. Listen, guys, if you have crazy stories that you'd like to tell anonymously, you'd like to be a guest, hit the Come Talk Facebook page. I can't wait to hear from y'all.
Absolutely. Also, I am now a part of the Come Talk family. I will be continuing to produce the show moving forward for season 2, which I'm so excited to have. We're gonna have some big things coming for that.
Big things.
Speaking of big things, that just sounded bad. But speaking of big things, do you know what today is?
I do.
Today is my anniversary.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy for you.
Yo,
that's
it's crazy.
Major.
It's crazy how things go. Like today, last year was my first backyard comedy show, and for it to be a year that fast and have everything that had transpired, and to have the show, to have the comedy, I'm going to say use the word, has blown up the way it has. I've definitely been impressed, and
to create a platform for yourself. Just to speak your dreams into existence and just kind of walk in that path. Every obstacle put in front of you, just to kind of knock that shit down to build your own stage. Literally,
right. Literally.
That's major, and then, for us to be in a town, a city that really goes just by trends,
right.
You've been trending for a minute. So that's major. So, and all of your shows is packed. Okay.
They have
everyone I refer to loves it.
To you guys.
Yes, everyone wants to be a part of it. It's amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment.
And,
you're so humble. You're so humble about it. So that to me is amazing. I love that about you.
It's for everyone. It's not for me. It's definitely for everybody else. But speaking of, I also have another comedy show coming up September 2nd, which will be to kick off to Labor Day weekend. It'll be a comedy show. I have some great comics coming up. I have Misconduct coming from Connecticut to come down to headline that show. That's going to be at S Club September 2nd. So that's going to be a good show.
And y'all know it's going to be a vibe.
Oh, you already know that. And to get a free ticket to the show, all you got to do is enter the word comedy. The keyword is comedy today.
Comedy.
Enter that into our inbox at the Meetup Talk Show. Enter that into our inbox. We'll enter you onto our Wheel of Blessings. We'll spin that. One of the first 10 people to get the answer. Well, the answer is keyword. The keyword is comedy. I'm sorry.
Comedy.
Enter comedy. And we'll enter you on a spin. We'll put the first 10 names on. Whoever's name we land on will definitely win a free ticket to the September 2nd show at S Club. What else do we have going on this weekend?
Can I give a happy birthday shout out to Chevy? Heavy Chevy.
Big happy birthday. Big happy birthday
girl this weekend. I saw your little birthday pics, your big birthday pics, your big birthday girl outfit. You was doing it big, sis.
Big shout out to Chevy and Chevy's Kitchen. Also, a big shout out to Matt Moyer, Channel 5 Ratchet News. Yeah, I'm sure everybody in the city know Channel 5 Ratchet News. Anything that happened in the city, bro, is right there on it. Again, Matt Moyer, happy birthday, bro. Channel 5 Ratchet News. Big shout out to you, bro. But this weekend, did we have the Cultural Fest? We had Tony come in.
That was this weekend.
That was this weekend.
I've been in the closet, but yeah. So.
That was yesterday, right? Yeah, that was nice. I was out of town. I went down Baltimore to go see Carlos Miller at the Baltimore Comedy Factory.
Nice.
That was a big time good show. We also had that Cupcake League that she gave out school supplies. I can't wait till these kids go back to school.
Yes. School giveaways are always a major thing, especially with the kids actually going back physically. So
Yes. Cannot do at home virtual learning this year. Please take the kids and keep
them
all year.
Please
take them all year.
Someone said something about an adult day party while the kids are at school.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Give me the time and place, and I am there. Also with the COVID mandates, when I was down in Baltimore, we had they have the COVID mandates. They have.
Does Baltimore require?
Maryland does. Yes, I can't. Pennsylvania needs to. I have definitely been back to my mask on my own.
I don't see anything wrong with wearing a mask, but PA, Governor Wolf, he had the requirement for state workers.
Right, requirement for state workers has passed. However, I'm about to just
not just for facilities. I don't see anything.
I'm about to just wear a mask. I can't deal with it. I don't like it. Like I said before, they are raw facing the air. I see people just raw facing. Makes me nervous. Just makes me nervous. I was telling them, use protection. Talking about your face. Use protection. Strap it up. Strap it up behind your ears, around your neck. However you gotta do it. Strap it up,
y'all.
Strap it up. Use protection.
Before they make you, before they force us to all be injected.
Because then everybody be mad.
We're really going that way, unfortunately.
Right. Everybody be mad. We're going to get on to our first product of the week coming up. Well, our product of the week. Our product of the week is Top Form Auto Treatment. Hey. Top Form Auto Treatment, one of the newest and best detailers in the city, located right next to Dairy Queen on Cameron Street. Right next to it, right at B-Chat Auto Sales. And I'll let the owner of Top Form Auto Treatment tell you a little bit about it.
That's dope.
What's up, y'all? It's DJ P-Tie, also owner of Top Form Auto Treatment, newest auto detailing business in Harrisburg right now, but I plan on expanding. Come through. My prices start at, the basic starts at $30, but if you win part of the package today, the giveaway, make sure you type in comedy in the chat and go along with that. Come get a quick detail. Hook your car up.
Basic.
Yeah, basic.
Get a basic job.
I got add-ons for you, though. If you want whatever you need done, I can do it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We appreciate you, P-Tie. So, again, enter the keyword comedy into our inbox. You will not only win a free ticket to the September comedy show at S Club, you will also be one of the basic Jones.
Wait, you get a free ticket too?
A free ticket?
You get a free ticket and a detail?
Say what?
So you better type comedy into the comment section and stop playing.
Pull up to the club in the clean whip, right?
I'm
right,
upset. I don't have my phone right here, so I can type comedy into the comment section.
Get into that joint. Type that joint in. Make sure y'all get on there. Y'all begin. Enter onto the spin wheel. First 10 people, and a name on there, or his name and land on free ticket, and $30 basic joint. Call that joint a basic joint, bro.
Y'all pull up clean.
Call it basic.
He gonna make sure the kids' candy
Tier 1 basic treatment
ain't stuck to the back seat. You know,
it's called the basic joint.
Basic joint.
Yeah, he get all that candy out of the back seat because we all got those. We all got those. We're gonna get into our first guest. Our first guest definitely ranges from Harrisburg. I'm not sure if he even remembers, but I was not his coach, but I coached when he played for the SWAT Air Tigers. I was a Smurf coach coaching the 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. I think bro was pony getting ready to go to midget, and everybody had his eyes on him. He was definitely one of the next big things coming out of Harrisburg, and definitely has lived up to that in more ways than one. Let's enter Mr. Jamil Poteet.
What's going on?
What's good with you, brother? What's good with you? How are you today?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me good? Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Hear you clear.
Okay. I'm outside in the parking lot at my daughter's birthday party. So.
Oh no! Happy birthday to her, man. We appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to entertain us for a moment. Man. Well, first let's talk about right now. You got some real estate going on. What made you want to get into the real estate business?
For me, it was just creating basically creating a different type of scenario, different type of life for my children. I always wanted to be financially, I would say, free. Always wanted to move when I wanted to move, not having to punch a clock. So for me, it was like when the football thing didn't work in college, I'll never forget this. I was always in my room on YouTube figuring out what I can do to turn that page. So for me, it was real estate. a lot of people see, like, 'cause I do a lot of posting now, posting a lot of like my properties and doing stuff like that. But a lot of people see the stuff now. But I've been doing this for about like the last 6 years. But it just popped a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? So, for me, it's all been a blessing. Because I went through a stage, and I know we can talk about. I went through a stage after football where I was, it was tough. You know what I mean? I faced depression because I didn't know what was next in my life. And then now I'm in real estate. I found like a new love. I found love in real estate, and we created over a six-figure business in almost like 7 months, and we have like 17 properties that were renting out in the city of Harrisburg, looking to move to Philly and different states this upcoming year 2022. So it's all been a blessing the way everything happened. I always said I wish it could have happened differently, but now that I went through it and all that adversity and stuff I had to go through, it was a blessing for me.
Now, during all that, have there been any nightmares that you've bumped into after maybe a tenant has left? And like, what has maybe been like the low point of the real estate business for people that don't like to show that side of
it? I mean, it's always, I would say, like when you're fixing a property, you have a little budget that you have. You're going into, hey, I'm gonna spend 20 grand on this property, and then it's just something that always happens. You know what I mean? If it's plumbing, electric, something always happens that you don't account for. So that's one of the biggest scares. But at the end of the day, I don't really say I had any like crazy scares that with any tenants or anything like that. The biggest part for me was just getting started. The getting started part was tough, and that's why I became a real estate agent, because when I was trying to get started, I was asking for help. And I don't know what it is with our people, but we don't want to help each other because we don't want to see each other doing better than the next person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of like I was asking so many people for help, and they was like, hey, I got you, but no one ever had me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a real estate agent, learn the game myself, and then go from there. So that was the biggest struggle I had, was getting started.
No questions?
Yes. What advice would you have to other athletes out of high school, out of college, who realizes that their career isn't going in the direction that they want it to?
I would say it's not over. Keep your head up. Just a little bit about my story. I didn't know you coached at Swadair, so that is very funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Definitely followed you the whole way since then. I was Chase Edmonds. His final season at Smurf was my first year coaching.
Okay, that's a good one too. That's a good guy right there. But a little bit about my situation, like after Swadair Tigers, I went to McDevitt. I was supposed to go to East High, and I'm going to McDevitt. My sophomore year, I've seen a lot of success. I got the LaShawn McCoy tag, the Shady tag, and I ended up getting about like 50, 60 scholarship offers. I was ranked like top running back in the country, where I could go anywhere I wanted to go. So when it came to that, it came with a lot of different things. College coaches coming to my house every day. We getting different reporters, people that I thought that were my friends, that I thought that were my old heads, were there. And at the time, like my mother and father, they did a great job. They're great people. They always had, jobs, and they always provided. But at the time, we're all human, and they start reading the reports as well. So we like, man, look, like we about to be paid in about 3-4 years.
Right.
So then at that time, I committed to the University of Pittsburgh. My cousin Hank Pote, who played in the league, I believe like 12 years, he was there. Shady went there. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to Pitt. Leave 3-4 years, go to the NFL. Pitt's head coach ended up getting fired right before signing day. So Pitt didn't have a head coach right before signing day. So at that time, I didn't have a place to go to college. So Cincinnati ended up coming into place. So I ended up going to University of Cincinnati, because they had a running back coach called Adad. He's at Georgia right now. It just clicked. So I'm gonna go there. As soon as I signed to Cincinnati and they got me on campus, they fired that coach. So I'm there now. I'm like, man, the only reason I'm here was for this coach, and they fired him. So went out with my first year. It was okay. I was behind a guy named Isaiah Pete. He ended up getting drafted in the second round. He was a really good running back. So going into my sophomore year, I was set to start. I was starting in spring ball, starting in camp, and then right before the season started, we had a scrimmage. I ended up shattering my foot. So basically, the doctor told me I was done. I tore some ligaments in my foot. told me I was done. I probably won't be able to play again. If I did play, I won't be myself. So I ended up saying, forget you. I'm gonna play. You know what I mean? And that coach, he told me to rehab. It had me in the boot for like 6-7 months, and he told me that springboard I was coming up, I'm able to sit out. Well, that coach ended up leaving too. So he ended up leaving. And when he left, the new coach came in, and he basically, he said, "You're in the boot. You got to play, or you got to go." In so many words. So I was like, at the time I was sick of Cincinnati. I'm away from home. I said, I'm coming home. My cousin Hank was now coaching at Pitt, so I ended up going to Pitt. When I got up there, I had to sit out. And the guy that was there was James Conner. He ended up playing for the Steelers, starting running back. So that was my roommate. So at the time, I was the old head on the team. So I more so was there mentoring him and stuff. So at the end of the day, and then they switched my position when I got to Pitt. I was playing like a nickel. So I would never forget this. Joe Heaton, Susquehanna, was there. He came to our practice. When they switched me, I was 5th on the depth chart. And then going into the season, I was starting. So we had a scrimmage right before the season started, like we did at Cincinnati, and I ended up getting a hit. And when I hit the guy, it was like a soft hit. We ended up hitting each other. I ended up getting a concussion. I couldn't see out my left eye for 30 days. All I remember was the coach. We had a meeting. It was the head coach, the trainer. My mom and dad came up. And when my dad's tough guy from Newark, New Jersey, never cries. You know what I mean? So I walk in his meeting. My dad's crying. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And they basically told me, it was like, look, you're done. You can't play football anymore. So at that time, it was tough because I've been playing for so long. I had success. I faced adversity. But at the end of the day, it was like, at that point, it was all worth it because it was like I overcame something again, and now you're taking it away from me. So after that, I faced a big depression because I didn't know what was next. You know what I mean? I've been running the football since I was 6 years old, so I had to figure out what I can do, like what I can do well. So I was like jumping from job to job, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I'll never forget that I was on YouTube and DJ Envy, they were talking about real estate. I'm like, this is something I probably want to do. I want to own some properties, get that residual income. But it didn't happen like that. I traveled across the world, going to seminars, just trying to learn. And that was like 6 years ago. And so now I know a lot of people, like, they reach out to me, like, you got these properties, like, how did it happen? And it's just been like 6-7 years of work. You know what I mean? So it finally popped where it's like, I'm at 17, and the goal is, I always say I want 100 properties before I'm 30. So
that's commendable. That's commendable that you were able to overcome, the pretty much everything that you went through in your career, in your football career, and have you overcome the disappointment and still come out on top. That's an attestament to a lot of people who don't see life after that. So
now we're going to switch up the format just a little bit for any of the fans that usually watch, and we're going to bring our second guest in now to start our group discussion. That way we can let you get back to your birthday party, brother. Right. But the group discussion, perfect segue right into it. Again, is about athletics and stress. And our other guests we have are Tiffany and Kaylee Thomas, both of Harrisburg Havoc. We have the owner and player. Harrisburg Havoc, for anyone that doesn't know, is one of Harrisburg's women football teams. Well, Harrisburg's not one of Harrisburg's women's football teams.
Very
so welcome you ladies to the show.
Hello.
And again, as you guys heard a little bit, the topic is around athletics and stress. Now, with you all being women and being in athletics, not just athletics, but being in football, just what stresses you about that? What stress may you have that just sits on you that others may not realize, especially being women in the sport?
Well, I've been playing football. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. As a little kid, even flag and everything. I've just started tackle probably like 5 years ago. But I think like the biggest stress for us as females playing like a men-dominant sport is that back talk that we get. Oh, girls can't hit like boys, or it's not the same as the NFL. We go by college rules. We play the same equipment as boys. We might even hit harder than boys. You never know. But it's just the back talk that we always get that, oh, it's not the same, or y'all don't play the same game as us, and just stuff like that.
Now, with that being said, has there ever been a time where you may have doubted yourself due to some of the backlash that you received?
For sure. I would say like it's definitely goes through your head and like you start to get second guess yourself like am I really playing like this sport right? Like is there a certain way that this sport should be played? But then when you go on that field and like you get that adrenaline rush, you're just like I'm gonna show them that I can play this game just like they can play, maybe even better than they can play, and I'm gonna bring a
Absolutely.
ring back to Harrisburg.
Absolutely.
I really want to know, do you have a hard time with people, taking you serious with playing football? Like, it's one
Every
thing.
time we say that we are women's playing football, it's lingerie football.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh,
We
wow.
have shoulder pads, we have the helmet, we have the normal things. So yes, we get people like take us for jokes and stuff, but when they come on the field and or they come in the stands and they watch us, they're like, "Wow, like you're not kidding! Like this is real football. It's not no joke. Like we have the passion just like the boys do."
Do you think the scrutiny for um, female athletes is worse than it is for male athletes?
I think that women athletes get doubted a lot, and that like some people like the question before, like they don't take us seriously, and like it shouldn't be like that. It should just be like whatever your scores say or like your ethics on the field and your tapes and stuff like that. It shouldn't be. But like you said, yes, I do think that us as women athletes, we do get treated differently.
Absolutely. Now, Jamil, with like you said earlier, like you were supposed to be, like you had a big idea that you're going to be in the NFL, of course, making tons of money. But how did you handle that mentally when you realized that, man, I'm never going to be able to reach that level? Not necessarily because of my athletics or my skills, but because of literally something that's holding me back, something that you couldn't prevent. How did you handle that mentally?
It was tough. I was in a dark place for a long time because at the end of the day, you're going to be the guy that take care of your family. You're going to be the guy that brings that financial freedom and wealth to your family. You know what I mean? Change your whole family's dynamic. So at that time, it was tough for me because I wanted to retire my parents. You know what I mean? I wanted to retire my dad. I didn't want him waking up early in the morning punching the clock no more at the post office. So for me, that part was tough. I took that part hard because I wanted to be that guy that bought my mom a house and did all that thing. So that's why I took it really hard. I feel like I was letting them down, which I really wasn't, but I felt like I was letting them down.
How did you get yourself through that place, through that dark place that you were in?
I guess I'll say it was probably my parents and my children. My children they really helped me turn that page because I couldn't mope anymore because they got to eat. You know what I mean? So I had to figure out what I had to do next to provide for them. Obviously, the NFL didn't work out. So what? At the end of the day, it's like I think a 1%, 2% chance to make it anyway. So once I got over it, man, it was just more so like I had to turn the page to provide for them. I just couldn't have them sitting there looking at me moping and crying all day. So I had to figure out, what was next for them.
Right, right.
What about your the public pressure that while you were an athlete? What about the pressure that you got from I'm not sure how big social media was while you were an athlete, but let's take no Naomi Osaka for example. All of the negative media attention that she has, and how a lot of these players like athletes, excuse me, aren't prepared for the media attention, all the publicity that comes with it. Like how did you handle it?
First of all, before we start though, you called me old because you said you ain't know about the media. I'm only 28. I'm not that old. But you know what's crazy? That part is the toughest part because you have to portray yourself to be this type of person for social media. You have to always be clean cut. You got to say all the right things. So at the end of the day, I think that's why so many athletes struggle with just depression and who am I? Because for so long, you're trying to portray yourself as this perfect person for everyone to like you because of that you're supposed to be that perfect athlete. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think that's the biggest stress that a lot of athletes go through, and I try to get back and talk to a lot of athletes now, especially in Harrisburg, because just speaking on like the African American community, when you're an athlete, it's like either you got to make it or bust. You know what I mean? It's like you can be successful, like you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you could be whatever you want to be and still be successful. You don't gotta be running the ball, dribbling the basketball.
Yes.
And I think that's what we mess up as a community. Because it's like if you're not doing anything else, you're like a lame or it's corny. So I think that's where we mess up. But a lot of that pressure really does come from social media.
And Kaylee, same question for you. Social media. I know it's on not as a bigger scale for you, but has there been anything on social media to where it pretty much stretches you? How do you handle that when it comes to your sports and athletics?
I think a big part, like we get girls can't play football or girls can't hit harder again. But like I said, the biggest thing that we have to do is we just have to show them on the field that we are playing just like the boys. And what you guys have to say is it's fine, but just come out to a game and let's just show you how we could really play.
I like that. She said, "I'm gonna let my skills talk."
Right. That's all you. And in football, I feel like that's what you gotta do. You can't really do a lot of this. You gotta just show how you can play, show what you're made of, show what you could do, and then you can talk.
So you guys definitely understand where Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles and everyone else were coming from. You know, when these moments are overwhelming and they're under public scrutiny and right on the spotlight.
Right.
I was never that great of an athlete. Pretty much, I was the damn mascot for the school. So that's what I did. I didn't have that much damn stress as an athlete. I didn't have that much stress at all. Trust me. However, I definitely understood where some of my friends came from that were bigger names and they were good at good at sports. And they were like, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they just didn't make it. Some, I see not in good places. What advice would you give to people, period, to say, well, things didn't work out? What advice would you give, period? And we'll start with you, Jamel.
I'll say lean on the people close to you. We all have our group messages.
Right.
But what I do in one of my group messages with my guys, we just do a daily check-in. Because as men, we were always taught to be tough, not to cry. Don't show your emotions. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to ask for help. You know what I mean? Like reach out to your people close to you because we all went through something. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, like we all went through something even to get to where we at now. So the biggest thing I would tell them is, trusting your family, trusting your faith, and whatever you're going through, you're gonna make it out of. But don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help.
First.
Oh, same to you, Kayla. You're good.
Well, I think the same thing as he said, like reach out to the people that are around you. But I think another big thing is incorporate your team. Like that's your family on the field, but that's also your family off the field. That's your family away from family. So reach out to them. Like y'all, like for us females, we're all going through the same thing with the lash, the talk and everything. So we're all there for each other. Besides your family at home, that's your family away from family. So reach out to them as well.
This is open to either of you. This is like a balance that you have. I mean, because people don't think about it. They think sports, whether they're making $1 million or no money at all. Is there a balance that you guys have dealing with sports and mental health?
No, not until after I was playing. Wow. That I knew how serious it was.
Yeah.
Because I think when I was in the moment, I didn't know I had like mental health. I didn't know I was struggling from it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like I'm on a football team with 100 guys. We all got one goal. So it's like we don't got time to be sitting here talking about, hey, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. We got to grind. We got to go get it. You know what I mean? So it didn't get to a point until I was older now that I'm like, dang, I was going through this. So I think it's just at the time I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't even know how to communicate at that time.
So right now, under the spotlight that Dak Prescott is under. I mean, it could be a major injury, could be a minor injury. Like, how do you think he's handling it? How do you think an athlete in a situation like that should handle it?
I mean, Dak just made $100 million. So at the end of the day, it's a little different when you already made $100 million guaranteed.
Right.
You're good. You know what I mean? You got to do what's best for your health.
But I mean, you're playing on the most popular team in the NFL, not necessarily the best, but the most popular team in the NFL. and you got pretty much America's eyes on you. Not necessarily a quarterback, but being a black quarterback playing for pretty much a white state, a white owner. Like how, I mean, that still has to hit him a little bit personal to be like, I still have to perform.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're all still competitive. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he still wants to perform. He still wants to do what he got to do, even though he did get the money. But when you get to that part, it's such a business. You know what I mean? So he's probably got people that's telling him, as far as trainers, look, you got to sit out, or financial advisors, look, this might be best. So it's a different ball game up there.
Mm-hmm. She was listening. She was listening.
And when you looked at
it's on you.
You were looking at. Okay, so my question is for Kaylee. Do you have moms? Do you have, football players or teammates that are moms? And how do you, especially with you saying that with outside issues, you yourself lean on your teammates. Like, how do you guys kind of help your teammates with who are single moms or balance the whole mom life? How do you guys handle that? Like,
well, yes, we do have a lot of moms on our team. I think one way that we balance it, like I said before, is we're just all there for each other. I know we've had like girls' nights where we've brought the kids over and like we've just all hung out together. So like not only like you could like
for a mom in the kids.
Right, like we do have single moms who are playing football and stuff like that. So like guess you might not be able to go get your mom night out or anything, but like us all grouping up together, having a movies night or a pizza night with the kids all together, we just all stick together and just try to have fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we definitely want to thank you all for joining this conversation. And Jamil, we don't want to hold you up any longer, brother. Happy birthday to your daughter. We'll let you get back to that party. Tiffany and Kayla will bring you back in after these next few segments that we have. But again, thank you both. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you, guys. But we are about to go to our Hey Mr. DJ segment. But before we get to that,
shake off the stress.
Yeah, that was, you gotta shake that off because that was really
intense.
Good. That was.
That was real.
Like usually we say the group conversation for towards the end, and but that was
real
we
life.
Shake that off. That was heavy a little bit. We weren't ready for that.
We all may know someone who kind of deal with those.
Make sure you're talking to your friends, your family, especially the athletes that you see around you that are supposed to be that we put in the air is supposed to be the next big thing. Don't put that much pressure on them, man. You don't know how much mental health or how much pressure they're under and what things they had to deal with. Like Jamil said, he thought he was going to make his parents retire. And imagine not being able to do that.
And maybe, even spark the conversation outside of sports. Yeah. Like so that young athletes don't think that is just them, it. That their career in football, football, that's whatever. Like that's everything. So, what's life outside of that? How's school going? Are you doing your work? Are you cleaning up? Are you following, kind of create a normalization behind the discipline of it all?
But no, we good. But we're going to get into Hey Mr. DJ here coming up in just 1 second. But before we get into that, anything else that we got going this week? Nothing that I know of. Anything?
I've been in class. I don't know what's going
Amber
on.
Is busting her butt.
Nowhere. Like I'm in like
Amber has been busting her butt just a little bit. And we're gonna get right into Mr. DJ here and bring him in. Let us know what's going on, brother.
What you got for us?
Hey, Mr. DJ, you already know what it is, G. Tell us, man. You already know what it is.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to what you guys was doing a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Big birthday. I'm gonna just sum it all up.
Absolutely.
Birthday shout out to everybody that's been celebrating like all month.
Was it
Leo season?
This month has been crazy for some weird reason. Every time people here making noise. Not only crazy this month. It's been crazy this month. I have seen a lot of that.
So big shout out to everybody that's celebrating their birthday this month. Leo season definitely was I could say it was lit because my timeline.
No, it has been.
Like everybody is like almost the whole month. Birthday. So shout out to all y'all. When we got jumping off this week, of course, come through S Club on Tuesdays. Yours truly. Tonight is Believe the Hype with Miss Nika down at HMAC.
Believe the Hype, you already know.
Yeah, definitely come through for that. Also, stay tuned. We got the comedy show coming up September 2nd.
September 2nd.
Stay tuned on
DJ Pizza in the house for that.
Absolutely. And I was thinking about when y'all asked me like things that I hate.
Mhm.
And I really had to think like well, not things that I hate, things that DJs hate.
Things that DJs hate. He hates them too.
Talk about it.
So what I came up with is, and this is I'm not throwing no shade, I'm not throwing no shots, but I hate showing up to a venue, get to the booth, and it's trash from the last DJ. Empty drink cups, water bottles, drink cups with drinks still in it.
Clean up.
Yeah,
Maybe forgetting the DJ
chip
look?
bags, plates, like
What?
yeah, man.
Hold on. So not only is the DJ not throwing his stuff away, the
Facility
owners,
is not-
Yeah,
cleaning.
yeah, the facility, whoever comes to clean, like they
Y'all
clean
forgot the DJ booth.
Yeah, they forget.
Get
the
it
DJ
together.
booth. They forget the DJ booth.
They're like
Yeah.
the most important, article in the whole.
But they don't see it.
Right.
They don't see it.
How could you
Yeah.
forget the DJ?
Like, oh,
Like,
that's just DJ. Yeah. But at the same time, us as
Wow.
adults, we supposed to clean up behind ourselves too. So
Yo, I never would have suspected
disappointing.
that. I mean, as
I've
literally
been-
like
I've-
dead
like,
ass though.
even in like some like club clubs, like let's say, well, I ain't gonna throw the names out there, but like major clubs, you will go
Yeah.
into, you get into some clubs, we get in the DJ booth, and the last DJ didn't
real
even
trash.
throw his stuff away, or even in me myself, I've left a cord or two here and there, but like never no trash though. Like I always like threw my
Right,
cups
yeah,
away
yeah.
or whatever the case. But yeah,
Oh wow.
it's disappointing. Like
Disappointing. Clean up your stuff,
Yeah.
not DJ.
Y'all have
DJs
work
clean up your
too.
stuff and
Yeah.
facilities.
and the
Actually,
facility.
DJs, you should clean up your stuff after yourself.
Right.
You should be cleaning up after yourself here. You're grown, hopefully
And I
by
hold
now.
myself accountable as well. It ain't so I'm like I said, not throwing no shade, not throwing no shots.
He's just posting
Just-
a memo.
You just mentioned it. You got a song of the week, bro?
This song of the week,
Clean up your shit.
I found this joint. I was going through I was online and I was listening to some stuff, and I came across this joint by this dude called Rob Stone featuring Ruby Rose.
Hey.
It's for the shakers, you know what I mean? It's a little booty shaker thing, but it's cool. And he had the little bounce to it. So that song of the week is called "I Love It" by Rob Stone featuring Ruby Rose. Let's check it out.
There you go. Hey, bro, got it.
Yeah. Baby got ass on. If she throw that ass back, I'ma catch one touchdown. I cannot pass on. But she ride my dick finna have one. Got me like,
That's actually not bad.
This is good.
Baby from Mars, but she flew in on the jet seat. It's like, yeah, I got time today. I'ma beat that pussy like round 3 fight night. Yeah, beat it like
Yeah.
a dog fight. Treat it like I'm uptight, treat it like fuck life. Treat it like a gunfight.
Mhm.
My bust, she bust, goddamn, got me like.
That definitely brings it.
That
definitely
was
brings it.
lit.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds like a Miami party song
Yeah.
or a Las Vegas party song where you just in the club and they.
Yo, that
I ain't been. I ain't gonna say I've been in the club because I ain't been in the club in years. I'm gonna tell you that now. My knees can't handle that shit now. But it is still one of those
It
songs.
got that little bounce to it. It's definitely
It
for
do,
the
it do.
shakers. It's for the shakers. That's
Well,
what I call it.
appreciate you, brother. We already know that.
give you that
Again.
post bounce.
Hey, Mr. DJ. Hey, Mr. DJ with DJ Pizza. We give you that, bro.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate you. You already know what it
Appreciate
is.
y'all.
But we're about to get into some serious stuff right now. And the serious stuff is food. Why do I say that? Because food is serious. Taste It Live, brought to you by, thank you very much. Thank you. Not brought to you by, thank you very much, but brought to you by Bucci's Cupcake Boutique. Bucci's Cupcake Boutique. Information is located at the bottom of your screen. Please make sure that you are reaching out to her as we give you a review of the wonderful items that we have here.
Strawberry cheesecake.
We got strawberry cheesecake.
Ooh.
I've had banana pudding a lot, but I've been craving the strawberry cheesecake. I'm going to do this. I don't care. I don't care how rude that is.
I'm gonna taste it anyways.
I've been craving this literally like a pregnant woman. I don't know what
Okay.
pregnant woman. Maybe that ain't right because I don't know what pregnant woman feel. But
Initially, I thought it was cherry, and I was like, oh.
yeah.
And then she said strawberry.
I'm about to put my mouth all over this. I don't care how it sounds. Here's a cherry cheesecake that we have.
No, this is cherry.
Am I
Oh, no,
supposed
I don't like
Am I supposed to suck it through the? I'm supposed to eat it. I'm supposed to take the top off.
This is not needed, man.
I ain't supposed to. I mean, I don't know how this go. I don't know if it's gonna make a mess if I do that.
I know I was wondering too, but
Them ratings would have went up. Them ratings would have went up had I ate it through that Joan. I'll tell you that now. Them ratings would have skyrocketed. Taste that. Let me know what you think. Again, it's Bucci's Cupcake Boutique. This is not a cupcake, however. This is a wonderful. Looks like is it a parfait? Strawberry shortcake.
this is good. I really like the fact that the
You're starting off good here, Bucci.
I
Let me
got
get down to the meat of this.
a lot of people who love banana pudding hate the wafers that's like all like soggy, and they are not.
Bucci, you did it. I ain't eating through the hole, but you still did it.
Shut
That's good.
up. We're appreciating.
No, this is good. Again, Bucci's Cupcake Boutique. Her information is located at the bottom of the screen. Prices are very good. She always has something going on. Please make sure that you guys hit her up. Not only does she just provide little snacks, she also does cakes, cupcakes,
Thomas, I want some.
designer cakes. I mean, she does very well. So
Oh wow.
now, guys, we do very good here with food. We appreciate it. We love snacks, but we like food, but we love snacks. Keep giving us snacks. They are so good. So I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody. Again, it's come through.
That is actually way better than this. This was really good. That's why I kept eating it. But that is actually good.
This is really good.
Like, whoa.
Again, shout out to everybody that's come through and provided food here for us. This is
With the parfaits, honey, these is good. You
These
got
are-
me
these
cheating
are-
on my diet because they're that good.
These
She
are-
took a minute to talk.
this will make me smack my grandmama's wig off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, look, I don't care where that shit went. Pick it up.
Just pluck an eyelash or
My
something.
producer's asking for the food back because I eat too much, but I gotta take one more bite because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hit Bucci up.
It's light and airy.
It is so good, ain't it?
Yeah.
Please hit Bucci up. Information again right at the bottom of the screen there for you guys. Oh man. Damn. I be so mad when I get the food back. I want to cry sometimes. I'm going to cry today that I had to get that food back. There you go, man. Thank you so much.
That was delish.
Oh my God, I gave it back. Now my stomach's like,
Shut up.
my stomach's mad. It's crying now. My stomach's mad at me. I'll do you back.
Yeah.
I'll treat you back soon. I'm sorry.
I don't know how y'all can take this man serious.
But we're gonna get back to the show, and we got our two guests. Y'all thought it was one because we just saw one on the screen, but there's two. We have Tiffany and Kaylee Thomas. Again, we have the owner and player of Harrisburg Havoc. It's Woman Havoc. Sorry, it is Harrisburg's women's football team. Not just the football team. It's not flag football. It's not lingerie football.
Nope.
It's regular tackle football. And like they said earlier, they could probably hit harder than some of the guys. Y'all definitely hitting harder than me. I'm gonna tell you that now. Don't hit me. If y'all see me, give me a high five. No tackles. No tackles. High fives only. But again,
Just a
thank
high
you.
five.
Now, before we even ask you guys anything about yourselves and the team, tell us a little bit about how Harrisburg Havoc became to be.
Well, Kaylee has played women's tackle football for about 5 years, along with many other ladies in Harrisburg. Once COVID hit, their season got canceled. They were really itching to want to play again. I know it's an outlet for a lot of these females, a lot of these players. It's an outlet. It keeps them going. It gives them motivation. It keeps a lot of them out of trouble, to be real. So, I figured let's start a team. Kaylee and I took it upon ourselves. We researched it. We got our business license. We got accepted in the Women's Football Alliance, and we began another Harrisburg team.
So dope.
Now, you guys had tryouts just yesterday. Now, before I let you guys say how many there were or anything like that, did you think that the the welcome would be as good as it has been.
Oh my gosh, no. It's a lot bigger than we anticipated. It's amazing. The amount of turnout we've had, the amount of publicity, the amount of just people reaching out, it's overwhelming.
So tell us a little bit about the trial and how it went yesterday.
It was great. We had a little bit over 50 ladies between this week and last week come and try out.
Wow.
And we've actually had several more reach out to us since yesterday that want to try out as well.
Yes. So are tryouts still open or
Well,
how's it going?
Yes. Yep. They're still open. Anybody else that's still interested in playing, all they have to do is reach out to us. We can do a private tryout, or we also are going to have another one here coming up in September.
How do they hear about these trials? Where can they go to find out?
They can reach us on Facebook, Harrisburg Havoc, Instagram, Harrisburg Havoc Women's Football, or email us at harrisburghavoc@gmail. I believe all that's at the bottom of the screen as well.
We got you. We got you guys. We got you.
Hurt, like for for people for the, for some of us that are like kind of interested, but we're like,
come on out.
Does it hurt? Like, I'm not that fast. I don't,
So I promise you, when you get that adrenaline rush and you get your first hit from another girl, you look at her like, did she just hit me like that?
Like,
I know she didn't. And then you get that adrenaline. Okay, watch. Next play. Watch.
Now, I remember playing just as a kid, as much younger. I was never a big kid, so it was always, hold on, they're about to hit me. But like she said, the adrenaline keeps you, unless it's like a take you out hit. If this is just a good hit, you're not going to feel it. Like
no.
It's really entertaining. It's fun.
The next day you might feel it, but not right then.
Now, what made you want to get into playing football?
Well, I was born and raised in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to play flag football at like the Boys and Girls Club, like the co-eds where they had flag football, basketball, and soccer. So I used to do that every year. It was actually like incorporated with the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if you know who Marcel Ship is. He was one of the running backs for the Arizona Cardinals. He was actually my football coach. So I was his first like female that like he ever coached or anything. So like even to this day, like he's very incorporated, even with the Harrisburg Havoc. He still reaches out to us. It's when I moved to Pennsylvania, I was like, I still want to play flag football and everything. And when I turned 18, there was no flag football teams. So I was like, Mom, I want to try tackle. So I want to see how I want to hit. Like, I want to, get the. And my first hit, I was like, oh, this is much better than pulling flags. This is fun. So I've been playing. I'm going on my 5th season, and I love it.
Now, Tiffany, were you afraid as a parent watching Kaylee play tackle football?
For the first time, she was 18. I was like, how many times am I going to have to go to the ER? What are we going to break this time? But, knock on wood, it's been okay. We've only broken probably a hand, a finger, hurt a leg, hurt our hand. So I'm more excited than scared. I'm probably one of the biggest fans. I used to be one of the biggest fans out there in the stands, screaming, hollering, and cheering all the ladies on.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, as an owner of this football team, I'm sure there are a lot of expenses that come with it. Like, how do you get funding? Like, what goes into running Harrisburg Havoc? And yes, tell us about your experience.
It's a great experience. It's a lot of work. The girls are not paid to play. We actually pay to play in the Women's Football Alliance.
Wow.
So all our expenses do come down on us.
Mm.
So
the
girls have to pay for the equipment, the fields, the refs, the trainers, the EMS, the insurance,
traveling,
the uniforms, the traveling. you name it all, the footballs, the
Right.
tackle dummies, everything comes down on us to provide.
EMS. Like,
Everything,
wow.
yeah, everything has to be paid for.
Wow.
Now, if someone would say, "Hey, look, I have a couple of hours. I would like to help out." Are there any ways that people can help out? Any ways that people can sponsor or donate to make sure not only you guys look good, but you're successful?
Right.
Yes, most definitely. We would greatly appreciate that. We do have sponsor packets. They are up on our Facebook. I'll actually re-put them back up on our Facebook. Some of the sponsor packets, they go by donations. How much? We'll give you free tickets. We'll give you season passes. We'll give you apparel. So we're not asking for something for nothing. You know, we're willing to give you something if you're willing to help us.
Oh wow! So
Each girl's responsible for their own dues as well. So you're gonna have these girls are gonna be out in the community. They're gonna be asking businesses, asking people to sponsor them individually, not just the team. Right. And their dues will go towards the field. And there's no profit as an owner in the Harrisburg Havoc.
Wow.
It's all right back into the team.
So you guys pay to play. You guys are putting your own money up to pay. So anybody watching, no amount is too small to help. No amount is too small. Whether it's $5, $500, $50,000, $5 million, doesn't matter. No amount is too small or too big. Chip in what you can. A lot of these women are out here giving away their own time just to do something they love for fun. So make sure that we're allowing them to do that. It's something positive. It's keeping them off the streets. It's keeping them busy. It's keeping them having fun. Keeping them athletic. Keeping them from hitting me. So please make sure you're giving them some money. Anything else you got, Amber?
Yeah, because no, I was, just I don't think there's enough emphasis that can really go into the amount of how far that support will go, some sponsorships. So yeah. Do you guys do fundraising?
Yeah, any fundraisers or anything like that at all?
We do actually. We'll have another fundraiser coming up here soon. We do have a fundraiser coordinator that's working on that. Nice. But right now, our current fundraiser, if you go on our Facebook, we are actually doing an Avon fundraiser. So any Avon that is purchased through the link is 100% to the Havoc.
You know, brothers love Skin So Soft. That helped with the mosquitoes.
Oh my God, your skin so soft. Yeah.
I need that.
Definitely one of your best products.
Yeah, that and that bubble bath.
You already know. Well, we thank you both for being a part of today's show. Hopefully you guys got some information out there. Hopefully we're able to help you guys get maybe, I don't care if it's $5, get into $5 million. Hopefully we got you something donated. We got you a little bit of airplay so a little more people know now about Harrisburg Havoc. When will the season be starting?
The season will start next year in April 22. But like you said, even if you can't support or donate or anything like that, just come out in the stands. Come watch us. Come, even though we're a family on the field, our family is still in the stands. Yes. So come be a part of that family in the stands, even if you can't donate money or anything like that. Come support us that way.
Where do you guys play at?
We're actually in the middle of picking a field right now, but it's more pointing towards we are going to be playing at Steel High.
Okay.
Well, we would love to be there and be a part of anything that you guys have going on. Please, we'll love to have you back, maybe around Super Bowl, somewhere during this football season to discuss some football and everything that's going on. Again, thank you both for being a part of today's show.
Sam, did I hear you say that you're thinking about coming out and trying out?
I said that I'm going to come. I don't want to get that.
I thought onto that. We caught you.
We'll bring the camera out for that.
Listen, I have a sister I'm going to send your way. I'm going to come to the games. I'm afraid to get tackled, and I'm not fast,
All right.
My legs keep going like this, but I don't go anywhere. So, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. We can throw the ball.
There you go. They got a good line. They'll protect you at quarterback.
Right. I'll protect you. I play line. I got you.
Just stay behind you. You got me?
There you go.
I got you.
I might come. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you. We had to hook this joint up this week. Oh, you spin it hard. You good? I got it. Spin that. And you let us know who it lands on, and you tell us who is winning.
Bam! Oh no.
Maria
Maria Randall.
Thank you for being a guest.
Congratulations.
Yep.
You're gonna have a lit ass weekend with a
Yeah, it
pink
sounds like
card.
it.
No lollipops stuck to your back seat.
Yep, so we're gonna have Top Form Auto Treatment for you and a free ticket to the show. We thank you again for being a part and
Katie
watching.
and Tiffany will also donate 2 tickets to the first women's football game.
Oh my gosh.
We got
that's
2
so
free tickets to the
amazing.
hold on, so we got 2 free tickets to a game, a car detail,
That's
a free ticket to the
dope.
show. Today was the day to tune in and watch
I
it.
told y'all
Today
I
was
saw
just the day
Bam
to-
on there. It did not.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I missed it.
No.
I missed it. If it was on there, it didn't land on it anyway.
Yeah.
But again, we want to thank
That's
our
what we're
special
doing.
guest,
Thank
co-host
you,
today, Bam, for being in the house. Thank you.
I love you guys. This is amazing.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank
Hopefully we'll have you back soon. Hopefully, and we'll see how things go. We'll get a new guest co-host permanent soon.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. So if anybody's interested in co-hosting, anybody's interested in having a product on the show, whether it's a product, whether it's a Taste It Live, whether it's being on the show, please make sure that you're hitting our inbox up at the Meetup Broadcast at Outlook.com. Drop us a message. We'll gladly get back to you guys. Again, whether it's being a co-host, whether it's a product that you guys have, whether there's something going on in the community, anything that you want to be a part of with the Meetup, we would love for you to be a part and be a part of it with you. So again, we thank our special guest co-host,
Thank you.
DJ P-Tie. Shout out to our producer here, Siobhan. And this is the Meetup. Yes, that was fun. Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. That's that joint right there,
I had a
banging
spike
again.
huggy.
That joint's banging now. I like that.